Hi everyone, it's just trying to play it. We're just trying to play Old Market Simulator. I played a little bit of this game. I played about a season and a half of the game, so I'm gonna share with you what I've learned, and we're gonna kind of play through a little as much as we possibly can. I do play it on my own time, so please keep in mind I have not, by any stretch of the imagination, played all of the game, but I have played enough of it. Like I said, a season and a half. So we're going to go ahead and play. We're going to follow the tutorial first, and then we'll look into other stuff. It says get a stand from the lumberjack. The lumberjack is this way. Luckily, there's things that show you where you're going. But we'll look at those later. We're going to follow the tutorial right now. You decide on what stand you want. You don't need to check out. The stands are all here. There's five of them. As you can see, these stands all are different. They have different maintenance. The biggest stand is this one, which I like to start big. You know, I it's just me, right? So we start with the big stand. We bring the stand in here and we put it somewhere. I am thinking that I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to place it against this wall here. I want to try to make sure I'm maximizing my space. Yes, I am. I think that's as close to yes, it is. Okay, so we placed the stand. Now we have to go order goods from the dock. Now, I am going to deviate. No, I'm going to follow the tutorial. I'm sorry. I'm going to follow the tutorial like I said I would. We're going to order goods from the dock. So the goods are over here. Now it says from he's technically on the dock. I mean, it says here orders, you know. So that's where we're going. This is all that we have available to us right now. So what I'm going to do is we might as well get one of each. We may run out, we may not run out, but I'm going to start with one of each. They're going to be delivered tomorrow. We spent $970. Tokens, whatever. I don't know what they're telling us, what that means. Now, it's telling us to go to bed. To me, it's too soon to go to bed. We're going to explore. The wonderful thing about it is if you notice, it is nighttime, which is when they started us. You can do whatever you want to do at night for as long as you want to do it. The beauty about the game is that nighttime is pretty much unlimited. You are running around, you're doing stuff. You know, you can haul goods from one spot to another. You can, you know, take care of. This is the farming area. As you see, we don't have access to it yet. You see all these spikes over here. We don't have access to the farm yet. We have to unlock that. Here's the water well. Here's the farm, the gardener who sells the stuff. He sells you a hoe. He sells you a watering can. He sells different, these are in the winter. So you got Merlot lettuce seeds. You've got cabbage seeds, collard seeds, and leek seeds. Then for the fall, you've got pumpkin, sunflower, potato, and cranberry. Over here for the spring, wheat, strawberry, scallions, lettuce, roses, and carrots. As you can see, the most items are in the spring and the summer. Watermelon, red currant, loganberry, gooseberry, corn, and tomato. So most of your things are grown spring and summer, which makes sense. You've got some items that grow in the fall and a few items that grow in the winter. It's actually wonderful, the farming on here and what it does. This is boarded up. You have to unlock that. This side over here is also boarded up. You must unlock that. Down here is your cellar. Now, a lot of people think of a cellar as a place for wine and that sort of thing. They might add that later, but that's not what this is for. This is to hold your goods. It's almost like a refrigerator to keep goods from spoiling. So if you put something in here that has 3 days left to spoil, it'll still have 3 days left to spoil the next day, the day after that, the day after that. There's also, if you want to follow me over here to look, there is an employee station over here. So you see the employee station here. You can hire a checkout person and a seller person. Each one has different amounts that they cost you. This is daily. This is not one time hire. This is a daily amount that these guys will cost you. The difference between them is how long it takes them to do something. So this guy is going to be slower than Rick. Rick is going to be slower than Elisa. Max, the same thing, slower than Kevin. Kevin is slower than Mary. See, I don't, or is it Mari because it's two different. I don't know. I don't know. I've only seen Mary spelled with one R, but I kind of like that. Um, but anyway, that's the difference. Your checkout helper obviously is going to be your cashier. You already have a checkout in here, which is, fairly straightforward checkout. That's this right here. Your people put your stuff up there and you check them out. Um, your seller employee is going to be the one that comes. They'll come this way. They'll go down here. They'll pick up stuff from the seller right here, and then they'll bring it back inside. Now, if this is open, they'll come through this door. If this is not open, they'll come all the way back around here and they'll bring the goods and they'll put them back on whatever stands that are looking for them. How do they know what you need? Well, as soon as your boxes run out, they will go and pick them up. That they have to run out. They don't run low, they don't run short, they run out. So you may see that later on because it does take quite a while for me to get to it. But anyone else may not take them that long. Now here you'll see your rent will be 100, maintenance is 100. So you're already going to pay $200 a day. So you got to at least make that in order to cover your bills. This was our order for our stuff that we're getting tomorrow. This was the stand that we bought. So it shows you all of this. There are times where you're going to be taxed, so you got to look out for that as well. As you can see on the bottom left, our order has arrived. It must be very early in the morning. So let's go over here and grab our order. Now normally I didn't do this. I didn't jump in the cart and well, I jumped out of the cart that time. Let's try it again. Normally I don't do this. I usually start the cart and send the cart over and I walked around, but I said, you know what? This is a lot more fun. It's a lot easier. You don't get penalized for doing it, so we might as well do it. And it saves you a lot of time. It really does. So you grab your goods. We have potatoes here. The right mouse button allows you to do that placement there. As you can see at the bottom, it's telling you Q is to drop, F is to throw, and then you place it on the stand. Either right mouse, you do the right mouse key first, and then the left mouse key to sit it there. And then you also have rotate and stack. Stack, I had no idea what it did at first. The difference is because when you buy stuff um, at the docks, it comes in a full basket or full box, right? So you have, say, potatoes. There's 25 in here. That's the max that can be in here. Is 25 potatoes. Okay, but at your farm, you don't get 25 potatoes every time you harvest. So that was the difference, and I had no idea that was the case. So it was a very pleasant discovery, I guess you can say. But when did I discover it? Well, I played the game all through winter, right? And on here, your months are 25, 28 calendar days. So you have 28 days per month, which is, I think, the same as a Stardew Valley type of time, as well as Harvest Moon. So it makes sense. I'm not going to say that it does not. It makes plenty of sense. Um, but I played through winter all the way through maybe half of spring. And then I realized what that was for. So Yeah, I was a little slow on the draw on that one. Kind of hated myself for a minute, but I got over it. Now it's asking me to put a price. Usually, what it'll do, these prices that you see are the market prices. This is what they're recommending that you place the prices at. I'm good with that. I'm not going to necessarily raise the price a couple of pennies or a couple dollars, whatever the currency is. I'm just going to leave it. I just found that that was just better for me. If I didn't want to sell out of something, I might raise the price and hopefully it lasts a little longer. But for right now, we're going to leave the prices as is. So we're going to open up the market and bam, we're open. We'll wait for our first customers. They'll usually walk over here. Did you see how she's walking? It doesn't look like that other foot is going down, does it? He might have just realized, hey, the store is open. That guy's going over toward the store. Let me go see what they might have. Oh, we didn't have what he wanted. Usually, that's what happens. But they'll usually say that they can't find something. So we'll end up getting some of those people that can't find something. What that does is if you look up at the top, okay, like right now, they're saying they can't find whiskey. They can't find, what is she looking for? Cranberries. They're looking for stuff that they're just not gonna get. But unfortunately, that hurts our reputation because they come in and they can't find things. So your reputation is right next to your money at the top, and it's in between the day that it is the date. So your reputation will suffer in the beginning. It will suffer because they're not going to find that many things. Um, we only have 4 items we can buy. We don't have access to other things. So we'll just go ahead and take their money, which is what we're in the business for. And as you can see, you get a pretty decent amount of customers that come in. Obviously, they're not spending that much because we don't have that much to offer them. Now it's telling us to view events on the calendar at the Grand Bazaar. We'll probably do that in a minute. We're gonna hold off on. I'm tempted to go and buy a broom because you can see this spot over here, but we're not. I'm gonna wait for the tutorial to tell me to do it. So I'm gonna try to behave, which is very very hard because I really want to go get a broom and get that up. But you will notice our reputation is over 50. We started with 50. We went down a little bit, and now it's over 50 because they're finding the things that they want. Um, Hopefully, it continues to go well. I spoke too soon. He can't find a strawberry, so now we're back down to 49. We're back up to 50. It fluctuates as you can see. So I'm fine with it. Now he's saying the market is dirty. So that also is losing us some reputation as well. But for the first day or so, you're going to fluctuate with that. You're just going to go up and down, up and down. It's not going to change too much. It's not going to go down too much. You'll still be around, in the 40s or early 50s. They're not finding as much as they're not finding more than what I thought. Honestly, it's kind of it's a little heartbreaking because now I'm at 39, which is lower than what I said I was gonna be. Now I'm at 37. Okay, I wonder why he's saying he can't find something. He went all the way on the other side. Maybe it's sticking in the door there or something. I don't know. Or in the wall. I don't know. He came from around there, which is odd. I'm at 29 now. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of reputation. I don't think I did this when I first played. I did not lose this much. Yeah, she's going around here to get something. Maybe I should put, yeah, she's going around and get the potatoes. I'm going to put those over here. Because I didn't think about that because they have to have a way to go around on both sides. So that's on me. So we can change that later. We can change that later on. But yeah, they need to be able to go around both sides to be able to pick what they're trying to get. And I cut that off by putting those potatoes over there and putting the stand so close to the wall. I'm down to 20. Oh my God, I swear to God, this does not happen on my first playthrough. When if we run out of everything, we'll end up closing. We have 8 more potatoes left, and that's it. So we've only got potatoes left. You looking for pumpkin, man? Yeah, no pumpkin. Yeah, I know the market is dirty, sir. I'm trying to wait for a tutorial ninja, the tutorial, to tell me to go get a broom. Trying to behave here. Okay, I'm gonna close up. I'm gonna close up because we're losing so much. Now you see these spots here. Luckily, they tell you that you've got something like this going on. So let's go. It's too late. Get out of here. But as you can see, you could keep going. What this does is you'll keep going until nighttime. So people will come in the morning, afternoon, and at night. Well, until the night. Now it's telling us to look at the Grand Bazaar, the events at the Grand Bazaar. This is the state officer, but as you can see here, it says Grand Bazaar. So we're looking at the events on the calendar. This is the only thing that looks like a calendar. Here we go. Now, all these things with the wonderful pictures or whatever is telling you what's coming up later. The thing that I like about this is what people don't realize, or you may not realize it, is you can make a killer amount of money. I mean, a killer amount of money on these days. The prices are jacked. And when I say jacked, I don't mean 10%, 20%. They are jacked to where you'll get 1 or 2 times maybe what the price should have been. Um, but yeah, the prices are pretty jacked. So what we need to do, if you play this game also, what you need to do is you need to remember what is being sold on those days. And I will show you the best way to do it is to buy as many of those items as you can the night before. When you get through selling on the 4th, you need to spend as much money as you possibly can on buying these items. Hopefully they last you these 2 days. Even if it only lasts you the 1 day or goes further than the 2 days, it does not matter. You need to have at least access to a couple of these items. Right now, you're looking at, and you should, if you can, write it down so that you can remember. Okay? You've got the scallion, you've got wheat, you've got lettuce, peach juice, which sounds okay, but I don't know if I would juice a peach necessarily. I'll eat the peach the way it is because it is a juicy fruit. But juicing the peach by itself, don't think I would do that. No, don't think I would do that. Mm-mm. And then the carrot. We're already able to sell carrots, I believe. I think we did buy some carrots. The we can't we haven't seen the other things. So the idea is now the tutorial is going to send us here anyway, but we can look. Okay, all of this is stuff that you can unlock. Okay, so what you need to do is if you look, the staple food here, you can unlock the wheat here. The peach juice is here. So these two, opening these up is only 500 each. We can actually do that now if we wanted to. We're gonna wait though. We're gonna wait. We also can open up the scallion. So that will help us grab probably all five. The scallions we would have, okay, the wheat we would have, the lettuce and the wheat is in the same section, so we'll be able to grab both of those. and then the peach juice, which is a processed food. So all three of these would cost us 15.50. We can afford that right now. We can. We really truly can. So we could do that. But as you can see, some of this other stuff, it gets a little expensive. So my suggestion to you, and this is just my suggestion, is on the one hand, you look at the things that you can unlock that are very, very cheap. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be your $500 ones. Well, C, whatever C is. It's going to be the 500 ones, the 550 ones, and then you start and work your way up. Or you take note of what everyone is asking for. If they start asking for certain things more often than not, then that's what you unlock because that's obviously what they want. But it really does depend on what you have and how much money you really have. Now, we're supposed to buy a decoration, get a light from over here. We can either get this lamp, that candle, or this lantern. We're going to start off with on the cheap. Now, it's not that big of a difference. The dollar amounts are obviously that different, but you're increasing your maintenance costs as well. So you've got to think about that. Um, right now, we want to stay as cheap as possible. I don't think that the decorations make a difference as far as how many people come in. I don't think that was ever a thing. I didn't read about that, so I don't think it was. So we're gonna put it over there so that our people will be able to see our wonderful goodies. So now it's telling me to get a broom. Thank God. So our lumberjack friend is over here. So we grab the broom. Now, if you look at the bottom right of the screen, the broom has, uh, I guess you can call it hit points. But no, the broom has a certain number of uses. So as you can see, as I'm using the broom, it's going down. Once it's all red on that little line down there, it will break. So that tells you that you also need to have some money at certain times to replace your broom so that you can keep cleaning up down there. There's other ways to kind of alleviate it, but you don't eliminate it. All right, our potatoes will be fine. Now it's telling you to throw empty items into the fire pit. I wanted to pause here on doing the tutorial because I want to let you know, yes, you should do that, and we're going to do it right now. But when you have an employee, let's say you hire the guy from the cellar, he will see empty carrots and he will go down to the cellar and grab more carrots if you have carrots in the cellar. Okay? And he will replace this empty box with a new box of carrots. Okay? That helps a lot because if you say don't remember what to restock or anything like that, just leave the empty ones up there and your employee will do it. But that's usually for me, that's usually when I have a bunch of stuff. Like I've got a huge market. I can't keep, running it back and forth because what you got to think about is as you are replacing and replenishing, restocking, whatever phrase you want to use, as you're restocking the items, you're burning daylight, basically. I mean, it's just that simple. You're burning daylight. And what happens is, as you're burning this daylight, you've got people waiting, number one, for you, but you also have the time going, because it's morning usually when you're doing these things. But the time is passing by. And because of that, let me see, do they have enough room to get? Yes. Because of that, the time is ticking. You also run into, um, by the time that you're done stocking, it's already evening or it could even be nighttime. And then if you don't have everything you want to be stocked, your people are complaining, your clients are complaining because you don't have the things that they need, in stock at the time they get there. So it can get a little, a little. I wouldn't call it stressful at all, but it can get a little annoying. But you can alleviate that by having your employee, who will then be well worth either the 500 or 750, or I think it's 1200, whatever it is you're paying them. So here's our architect. Now, our architect allows us to increase our market, buy the farm fields, cellar. Now, you first get the cellar door open and you get that little area in the front. Then, as you go along, as you can see here, you can buy more and more parts of it. Everything that you purchase to add up increases your rent in this case, not maintenance, but your rent. So we're going to increase our rent by 35 because we're buying a farm field. Okay. Now we've got to go to the gardener. Now we could have gone that way or we can go this way. It doesn't matter. We're going to go to the gardener now and we're going to buy a hoe. Just going to yank over here to the gardener. The hoe is 60. Not that big of a deal. Bam. So we've got the hoe. The hoe also has a certain number of uses. Now, as you can see here, you can buy all of these different gardens here. You can be all the way out here. This is extensive to me. This is a lot of garden area. So it's pretty cool because you can grow everything and anything. I believe they are adding things to it, such as a greenhouse or whatever. Don't know when it's coming, but I know they've got a lot of plans for things. So, anyway, let's go ahead and finish this out. We're going to go ahead and till the soil. We might as well use all of the usage in the hoe because it's not going to hurt anything, you know. I think we can do this full thing. Yes. So each hoe can do a full garden. Now, some of the seeds that you buy, we're gonna buy cabbage because it's telling us to. They use part or all of this entire thing. I don't remember how many seeds are in each, but we are about to find out. Right there, I've used 8 out of 16. There's 12. So the cabbage holds 12. Now we've got to get a watering can from this guy. The watering can is 30. It also has a certain number of uses. However, the watering can does not run out. It does not break. It just needs refilling. This is one of the few things that you don't have to repurchase. You get 8 uses out of this watering can. I don't know if there's plans to come up with a bigger watering can. Didn't see that anywhere. Didn't really, read about it or anything like that. So now we've got that. Okay. Now we've got to get a permission from the state officer to order various goods. We're at $1,763. The 3 things I mentioned, how much were they? 1550. We could do it, but we won't be able to buy anything to sell tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just the cheapest one, and I'm going to see. I'm going to start with the one that opens up multiples of what we need. So the staple foods. I'm going to do that. This has got to stop because this person is not on. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Anyhow, staple food is what I think I'm gonna order. No, it's not the cheapest, but it's not that bad. An extra $50 is not gonna hurt. But at least the way I'm looking at this is this. Now follow my logic with this now. If I'm unable to open up anything else, at least I've opened up 2 more with this. Okay, because we said we needed wheat, lettuce, scallion, peach juice, and carrots. We can already do carrots, but we can't do lettuce and we can't do wheat. The scallion is up here, peach juice is here, okay? So we can't do that yet. All right. So right now, I think we're going to go ahead and do this one. So that means we can now, our tutorial is over. As you can see, that disappeared. Which it kind of shows you everything you can possibly do, to be honest with you. There's really nothing else extensively involved. So what our plan is right now is it is the second of winter. What I want to do is on the fourth of winter, I need to make as many sales between now and the fourth of winter to be able to afford uh, to buy at least one or a few of everything that's going to be asked. So you can see the wheat it by itself is 840, but you get 70 of them, which is great. Carrots you only get 15, lettuce you only get 6. But that means that maybe the margins are a little bit better, hopefully. So we have 1213. I believe our rent started at 100, but I think we raised it by 35. I'm going to call it 200. I'm going to say we need 200 money available to us daily to make sure that we're covering our bills. So right now that means we can't buy certain things, right? But I want to still have multiple things that people can buy. So we're going to start with the cheapest and work our way up. Okay, we're going to get the corn. We get the carrots. Now, right there, that puts us at slightly a disadvantage. I'm going to take away the carrots and go with the lettuce. Only because we've already sold carrots before. We had not sold lettuce, so we get to see something new. Now, I could also say the same about the bread and the eggs, but even if I took those back, that'd be another 300, 675. I still couldn't get the tomato or the wheat. So we're gonna go with that. We ordered 4 different items, which is fine. You're not gonna be able to right now order everything, but our goal is to try. What I really want to show you is when we get to those festival days. And right now, I think, okay, I had to make sure. Now, you see the lovely, what I like here. Okay, I just want to take this moment in. Right now, it is nighttime, but that is illuminated so well. It's just not even funny. I may even have to move this thing because we already have good lighting over there. So I'm gonna move this actually over here because that just shows me that we really don't need more light over there. They can see just by the natural light. I think that's just beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna go to sleep. Now, as you can see, the days can go quick. All right. If we weren't doing anything at night, we would have already been sleeping and probably halfway through the next day or even not done. So you can get through multiple days in a short period of time on here. All right. Our rent is 130. Our maintenance is 108. So I'm gonna have to bump up what I hold daily. So right now we're looking at 243. So let's call it 250 unless we buy something else. Okay, so we're gonna call it 250 a day that I need to go to sleep with. Okay, so let's just remember that. Also, when you're playing this, if you play this game, remember that as well, because you don't want to end up, not having enough. Now, the question is, do we water our crops first, or do we go get our goods? I suggest you go get your goods first, because I don't think the time that you water your crops depend on anything as long as they're watered, before night before you go to bed. So we've got some corn here. We've got some more eggs. We've got some more bread, and we have lettuce. There's only 6 lettuce, so those might go pretty quick. But then again, they may not. It just depends on what everyone's coming to look for, right? So let's start off with our new stuff. I honestly, when I was playing this, I couldn't wait to open up some of the other um, spots in the market because I was a little tired of going all around this. Okay, So as you can see, lettuce is 70. It sells for 70. It defaults to what the recommended is, or it defaults to what you had it at the last time. So if we had a different price, it would have been a different price. But it's defaulting to 70. 70 is not bad. It's going to give us a 22 profit per. Potatoes only give us 6, but potatoes aren't that expensive. So obviously, the more expensive the item, the more profit you'll get back from it. Because obviously the more you can sell it for. So we're just gonna gently place these up here. I'm not putting them in any kind of order or any kind of arrangement because we don't have that much. Okay, so I'm not trying to make the shelves look full. I'm not trying to make them look, not so full. I'm just putting them up here. And the corn is 34 each. I believe we have 10 of those. So we'll make some money. Hopefully we'll actually run out of stock. It's always my goal to run out of stock. And I try to open up in the morning because you get the most people that you can possibly get. And what you'll notice also, everyone, you don't have to be standing back here to check out the people. I'll wait for the first customer and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But you don't have to be standing in a certain spot. There's some games where you have to actually um, stand at a certain spot at the register. This one does not require you to do that. Look, dude, you're not getting it's champagne. You're asking for champagne, and we've only been open set 2 days, bro. I mean, come on, come on. And what are you looking for champagne for in the morning? It is winter. It is first thing in the morning. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand it probably could warm you up, but that's not our business, buddy. So I'm sorry that you have to endure such a thing. Now, as you can see, his sale is more, which is what I'm going for. I want each person to be able to buy more. Now, I'm standing over here or over here. I can still check her out. Well, not in that way. That sounded wrong. I can still, shall I say, cash her out? I can still make her pay me money for what she's buying. That might sound wrong too. Anyway, I'll just stop while I'm ahead. Anyhow, I can still do what I need to do from over here, as long as I can reach and interact with what they're putting on the table. Okay? You get my point. But anyway, our reputation was at 20. It's gone up a little bit, which is one of the reasons why we're not getting as many visitors in here. But that should turn around pretty soon. Like I said, the more stuff we have available, the more our reputation will increase. And I'm glad I moved the table because now they don't leave and go around the other side to be able to buy, which was just stupid of me to do that. It really was. I didn't even think of it because normally I don't have the big table over there. Like every time I play something, my setup is different. I don't use the same setup all the time, just to see what works. Oh, you guys are buying a nice little chunk of. I love the ones that buy multiples. There's some that come in here and buy a carrot and then they leave. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. You came all the way to the market for a carrot. Yet you didn't say you couldn't find anything. You came all the way here for a carrot. I guess that little soup or whatever you're making, couldn't cook without you coming to get your little carrot. You know. But then again, that's how we are sometimes. Sometimes we go to the store and we only need a few items. As long as we shut. See, here comes this guy. So I've run out of potatoes. Okay, which is fine. I don't think I had that many potatoes. Apple, dude, do you understand how much it costs to unlock the apples? Buy more stuff, and then maybe I'll be able to do that. Yeah, I mean seriously. It's like, do you know how much this stuff costs, sir? You know. So potatoes are empty. That's fine. I think we were only going by the leftover potatoes anyway. I probably only had 6 or 7 of them. I think when I first put them out there. It was 20 or 25 of them. So they love their potatoes. Potato is to be a staple food. Uh, beer. Beer? You're looking for beer. Well, I guess it's the afternoon. I guess you need a little lunch and you want to have a little beer to go with your lunch. I get it, but I don't have it. Okay. The lettuce is gone too. It was only six of them, so I don't. That doesn't surprise me at all. Thank you for your purchase, sir. You have two eggs, a lettuce, and some bread. Thank you. So we're up to 1124, which is pretty good. We still have an okay amount of stuff left. It's an okay amount of stuff. It's nowhere near a ton of stuff. But we build. The first season of any game like this is usually the roughest because you've always got a situation where um, you just don't you have limited funds. The people don't know you. You're trying to make a name for yourself. So I mean, we do what we can. You know what I'm saying? We do what we can with what we have. I'm just happy people are still coming in. You look at your outfit. I do like this outfit. Let's just take this into consideration here. He's got somewhat of a, I don't know if this is a hood or a cloak going on, but it's just a full garb, just a full garb. This is great. Now, what probably he didn't he didn't think about was his glasses choice. The glasses, don't know, buddy. Don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have gone with that myself, but then again, I'm not you. You look like a scholar of some sort or whatever. They look like scrolls that are inside of this bag. Okay, and then you. Rude. He looks like a blacksmith of some sort or a butcher or something like that. So he may be coming to get some bread and egg to go along with his meat. Don't know. Don't know. But it is dirty. That's one spot, dude. One spot. And you're calling it dirty. Okay. So I've got one egg left, two corn, and six bread. I'm hoping to sell out of everything today because the idea is I want to sell out of everything, go buy more stuff, sell out of everything um, tomorrow. Because tomorrow, as the 4th, has to be the day that we stock up on all of the things that are going to be. What? Yeah, you just took the last corn, sir. You just took the last corn. If you take the last corn, you should not get to complain about there not being any more corn. You took the last one. Alright. Clean that up. I'm back at 21 reputation. Okay, so let's just see what we've got left, if anything. We've got 3 bread left. That's it. The beauty of it, however, is that we have basically sold out of everything. I was probably at 375 or 3 something. I'm now at 1374. So I can't really complain too much. Can't really complain too much. And it's nighttime. So we need to close. And I need to go over and yeah, I need to go over and buy some more stuff. We've only got, let me see how long these are going to be. 2 days left. So those will sell out tomorrow, so they won't rot. They won't rot. Yes, stuff does rot, obviously, because they tell you how many days they have. Oh, wait a minute. Before I go do that, I need to make sure that I am watering this. So let's water these guys. I don't remember how long it takes for stuff to grow. I know we planted these on the 2nd. I don't remember how long it takes them to grow. And I don't think there's a guide anywhere that tells me, nor does it say anything on any of the packages, which might be a good idea to give us an idea of how long something grows. Um, but other than that, it's trial and error. You put them down, you let them grow, and if you keep track of how long it takes, then you'll know. If not, do it again, until you keep track of it and you know. So we've got one more day before the special event, and the special event is 2 days. What they will do, like I said, on those days is they will raise the prices, the wholesale prices of the items you're buying, as well as the sales price of the item you're buying. So wheat, even though it's 8.40 now, it won't be 8.40 on that day. Let's see. I need to buy more stuff. The tomato, I'm not gonna worry about. I'm gonna buy cheap again, I think, and then I'm gonna worry about more expensive stuff later. So the bread is gonna go out. Let's grab a bread. Corn lasts a minute. Eggs don't last that long, but they last long enough, I guess. I'll do a potato. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that because I want to save a little bit towards later on. The thing is we're spending 700. Now, of that 700, you would think we would make what? Probably 350. So we should do maybe another 1,000. So we should be at 1,600, which still is not going to give us a lot of stuff, but it's a start. So what I'm brainstorming here, we're not going to be able to open up the peach juice unless we do extremely well tomorrow. Um, but what I am thinking is we can probably do the wheat, lettuce, and carrots. Because if we do anything else, we're spending 500 and something bucks. We may not do that well. Hopefully, I don't think the cabbage will be ready because they haven't even sprouted really. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll work with it. We'll do what we can. We may not be able to unlock it, but at least the second event we will be ready for. That's part of it too. I mean, look at this. Like I said, these have barely sprouted, so you don't even know they're going to be a cabbage unless you really look at them. So these will take a minute, at least a couple more days. So, I mean, we won't make as much, but if we load up on the cheap items, we should be okay. And what I mean by okay is we should make a decent amount of money. Yes, they'll probably be looking for the other stuff, but we should be all right. Okay, we got tax $30 today. No, taxes are taxes. Um, rent was 135 again. Maintenance is 108. So we're still within our. We should probably bump up and say 300 a day is what we need. So as long as we go to bed with about $300, we should be okay. Now here, the snow and all of that stuff, I don't think it does anything with crops or anything like that. So just to test that theory, no, it does not. So the snow, the rain, and all that has no bearing on helping the crops, which I think it should. So if a developer is listening, I would hope that you have the weather play a factor. If it does not, that's fine too, but I would hope it does. I'm praying that it does because it would help me not have to do it sometimes. So we'll take all of this in here. Should last us a little bit longer because we have the potatoes. There's 25 of them in there, so it should go across more people. Is basically what I'm trying to get at here. I want more people to be able to grab what we have. The wheat is probably a very good indicator of that because 70 of them. I doubt if they're going to take 10 or so wheat. They may take two, they may take three, they may even take four or five, but they won't take a ton of them. But they'll take what I need them to take. You, I'm going to put behind here. Hopefully they'll go after this one first before they go after the other one. I want them to take the first stuff that was here and stuff that's been here the longest first, and then go after the other. There we go. We're gonna open up, place you here. It's looking a little barren over here, but I'm not gonna complain too much. And now we just wait for people to come out of their homes, out of their businesses on a snowy day and waltz on in here and buy something. Here is our first customer. And what might he buy today? He's hanging around almost everything, so hopefully he'll get one of everything. No, they love their potatoes, I tell you. They love their potatoes. Dirt, you left the dirt. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There was no dirt over there when you walked in here, sir. So when you leave and there's dirt, who put the dirt? You did. You did that. And what is it? Lady, you couldn't find apples before. Okay? We don't sell freaking apples. Do you know how much it costs to open up the apples? No, you don't. We don't provide those. We've only been in business 3 days. Can't make any money around here. I wish we could like advertise, draw more people in. From what I understand, though, as we expand, we get more people coming in because we're expanding. So that may be something to think about as you're playing this game. Also, expand brings in more people, gives you more room to play with, um, allows you to come into your market from different directions. Because right now, the other places, the other sections being closed off, like over here. I would love to come in right here. Or even when you start getting an employee, come in right here. But we don't have that open yet. So it may be something for you to think about, something to plan ahead for. Yeah, we got it's kind of skimpy over here. Come on, people. All right, afternoon. Here we go. Oh, we got a couple of people coming on in. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's winter. I know it's a game. But this lady is wearing what I consider to not be a winter dress. And you can't tell me she ain't cold. And she's not wearing any socks of any sort. She's wearing what I consider to be a summer like dress. Maybe even spring ish. And the weather's not bugging her. So I know, I guess I can see why they have the different change in seasons. But the different change in seasons seem to only be for the different types of things you can buy or sell or farm. The different changes in seasons really hold no merit for anything else. Okay, they did take that bread first. 12 of those, 15. Okay. But that's just me. That's just what I'm thinking, as I'm looking at the people coming in and out of here. This guy is wearing, I mean, they're all wearing the same thing regardless of the season, I think. Some make sense, some don't. And this really only like, I want to say 4 or 5 different types of people. They all come in, if it's this man, his counterparts will come in wearing the exact same thing. Same color, same everything. I mean, at the very minimum, you can change the colors of what they're wearing. It can be the same person, but you can change the colors of their outfits. You can possibly even, change the color of the people, and have them be different colors, different shades coming in. It's just it changes it up a little bit. Why is she standing over there creeping? I don't understand why they do that. I mean, you coming to see the sights or what? What are you looking at? What are you truly looking at? I have no idea. But like I said, everybody, this game is nice. We're gonna finish out the day after we make our purchases. The game itself is done well to a certain extent. Um, can it be done better? There's no game that's perfect, so I'm not gonna sit up here and try to, you know, I'm not gonna try to make it seem like it's perfect or it's so bad. The game is not meant to be stressful, I don't think, and it definitely is not stressful. I find myself actually sitting here having a very relaxed time playing this game. Keep it that way, you know. But at the same time, there's some things that yes, I would like to see added because the repetition at a certain point might get a little bit boring or tedious or annoying or whatever the words you can come up with. But I know for games like this, it's a necessity. You know, it becomes more people. Now you do get kind of, I get a little bit on the, I guess you can say bored side because I'm seeing the same type of people come through already, and it just makes me wonder, if we could have possibly had different people come in here. I've got 3 potatoes and 4 bread. So I'm nowhere near. Here comes somebody else. Hopefully she'll buy something. I don't have, I believe, $400 worth of stuff. I called it being what, 1600 or something like that. No, we don't have strawberry chocolate. You know how expensive that is, woman? She has no idea. No freaking idea. Get your 2 bread and go ahead on. The bread actually looks pretty good. I like the way they did it. Um, the the looks of the items actually look okay. I mean, I don't have to guess what they are by looking at the pictures of the items or, like whatever. So I like that. It takes away from the guessing game. But if you notice too, like people slowly trickle in. There's really not a lot of you wait, but people do come in. The time of the day actually is pretty long. You can't find bread because you took the last of the bread, lady. So we did sell out. I'm at 1400. Selling out is good in this case. I like selling out of goods. Um, we've got to clean that up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make sure that I spend as much as I possibly can, okay, on my next order. I'm going to spend all of my money. Problem with that though is I wanted to unlock the other things, but I can't. So I'm going to have to use my better judgment and buy what I can. I need the wheat because the wheat is going to be a big one. The lettuce and the carrot are the only other things I can buy. So I need to do, I can't even do that. So now I'm upset. So do I get the wheat? Do I not get the wheat and load up on lettuce and carrots? Or do I run the risk of not having enough money to pay my bills? I don't know what happens when you can't pay your bills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what happens when I can't pay my bills. So here we go. We're going to do an experiment, everyone, because The reason why I'm doing this is number one because I really truly want to see what happens because I've never done this when I was playing it. But at the same time, I can't save the game until I sleep. So I want to try to see what I can cover, what I can exactly do. Will it just put me back for the next day and I have to owe it? Or would it actually end my game? So here we go, everyone. Are we ready? Okay. Having a negative balance for 3 consecutive days will lead to bankruptcy. You guys saw that, right? So they give you some time. So as you can see, the price has increased for scallion, wheat, lettuce, peach juice, and carrots. Okay. Now, things are decorated. Everybody sees this. These are decorated. So our next episode, we will find out what happens. Okay? We're going to find out what happens next time. Thank you, everybody, for being here with me. This is just trying to play it. I hope to see everybody next time on the next episode. Until then, please stay safe, everyone.